The rollout of former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's emails officially begins today. Now, the State Department posted 296 of them online, only about 54,000 more pages to go. Joining the Hardline to discuss this and more, syndicated radio talker and Newsmax political analyst Larry Elder and host of the McGraw Show on KTRS in St. Louis, Missouri, McGraw Milhaven. Welcome to you both. Larry, New York Times published some of the emails yesterday, but this was the first official release. What did we learn from the roughly 300 emails made public today?
We learned a lot of things. To keep in mind, these are the ones she self-selected, so Lord knows what bad stuff she deleted. We learned that she knew almost immediately that this was a terror attack, a premeditated terror attack. We know from Sidney Blumenthal, her aide, that they were very concerned that the attack would make them look weak. And remember, this is right before the 2012 election. They feared a, quote, Jimmy Carter strategy. That is, the Republicans would use the Benghazi attack to portray the Obama administration as weak on foreign policy. So those are the primary things that we've learned. Poor Susan Rice. She was sent out on Sunday. The attack took place on Tuesday, which means Hillary knew the truth by Wednesday or Thursday, yet she still allowed Susan Rice to go on 5 television shows and give a misleading narrative about what happened. I don't know who Susan Rice is pissed off, but I would be very upset if I were she.
McGraw, what are you taking away from today's release?
I'm taking away that the general public really doesn't care. And if this is what they're going to use to go after Hillary Clinton, well, then they're in a lot of trouble. They got to find something because there is no there. So what did we found? We found out that Republicans were going to use this against her to make her look weak. Okay, well, great. The House committee back in January, the Republican House committee released a report saying mistakes were made, but none of it was nefarious. It was a mistake. It was a fog of war. They were looking for information. It was hard to come by. It was halfway around the world. Okay, mistakes were made. What do you think we're gonna find in these emails? Some giant scam where she was actually behind the attack? The whole thing is a waste of time, money, and energy.
Larry, is it a waste of time?
I agree that this is not going to be the nail in Hillary's coffin, but it certainly is a very important issue. What McGraw doesn't seem to think is important is the fact that the Obama administration for a long time misled the nation and gave people the impression that this was some spontaneous attack because of a video. It wasn't true, and the reason they gave the narrative, apparently based on these emails, is they wanted to avoid a Jimmy Carter strategy. That's misleading. It's sneaky. It's not going to kill her candidacy. What's going to kill her candidacy are lots of things, but this is not something that you can ignore.
All right, McGraw, there are 30,000 emails turned over to the State Department. The plan is to allow staff to redact security information, check them over to see what the public sees. What do you think of this process, this kind of slowly bringing this out?
Well, I mean, you have 30,000 emails. You have to go through them to make sure you're not going to release any information that could hurt somebody who's trying to do the job of securing America. I keep going back to the House Republican Committee that released their report in January. This is a Republican House that is certainly no fan of Hillary Clinton, and they came out and said that nothing nefarious happened. How many more times are we going to investigate Benghazi before it's asked and answered?
McGraw, we have not seen her server. That may be subpoenaed. Who knows whether or not we may be able to get some more emails. And one more time, these are self-selected emails that she chose. And look how damning they are. Imagine the ones that she decided were too damning and we didn't see, assuming she deleted some things that were important. We'll never know.
All right.
We'll never know what. What do you think she's hiding?
We will never know what she deleted because it was her decision to turn over the ones that were relevant. After that, she deleted them and then cleaned her server. So we have no idea exactly what she had unless you trust Hillary. Do you?
What do you think? What do you think the Secretary of State was actually trying to do? Do you think she's some Soviet plant who's actually helping the cause? I mean, what do you think's going to happen? Okay, maybe there wasn't enough security. We already know that. What's out there? What's the smoking gun? What is it?
That is a legitimate question you're asking me. I don't know. Don't you want to know? Aren't you a little unhappy that she's the one who decided what was relevant and what wasn't relevant, deleted the rest of them, and then cleaned her server clean? If Dick Cheney had done this or George W. Bush had done this, I dare say we'd be having a different conversation.
Well, I would actually say the same thing. Do you really think George W. Bush wanted 9/11 to happen? There were the intelligence reports where he, quote unquote, missed it. Do you really think he was out there waiting for 9/11 to happen? It's ridiculous. It's a red herring.
Well,
What
all right,
do
guys,
you
I'm gonna-
think she
There was a
did?
thorough
Let me just
investigation.
jump in
There
real
was a
quick
thorough
because I think this
investigation.
could go on. We're talking about 9/11 and moving in a different direction. I just want to ask you, Larry, Hillary Clinton is saying that she wants all of these out as fast as possible, that this is going to hurt her campaign, I would imagine, unless this process is expedited. From a political standpoint, do you think the American public cares, and do you think this is going to hurt her if it just keeps coming out 300 emails at a time?
McGraw's right. American people don't care right now because she hasn't answered any questions right now, and we don't have her squaring off against a Republican right now. But when that happens, and when that Republican brings this stuff up, it's going to hurt her.
And McGraw, what do you think about the political implications? Do you think if, for example, a Martin O'Malley comes into the race, is this something that could be a campaign topic?
Probably. But if you really wanted it to be a campaign topic, you would bring it up towards the end of the campaign. What, we're 18 months out? In 18 months, this is already a dead horse now. Imagine how dead it's going to be in 18 months. Any damage this is going to do to her is going to hurt her now, not hurt her in the Iowa primary, which is, what, 10 months away? So, this is nothing. This is nothing for her.
And Larry, I'm going to give you the final word
why,
on this.
That is why she wants it out now. She wants it out now so that we can all go over it, and so people like McGraw can say, oh, this is old news around election time. That's why she wants it out now.
Yeah, it seems like that's going to be the playbook coming up. Obviously, she may get some hits from the left if a Martin O'Malley jumps in, but obviously during the general election, we'll be hearing a lot more of Hillary Clinton's emails. By the way, if you want to see Hillary Clinton's emails for yourself, we have a link posted at newsmax.com that's going to bring you directly to the database, or hunt them down yourself at foia.state.gov. We want to thank our guests once again, Larry Elder and McGraw Milhaven. And they have obviously some interesting insights into the Hillary Clinton emails. When we return, ISIS advances in Iraq. What is the U.S. response? We talk to two experts straight ahead.